Imagine a multi-ton machine capable not just of driving off-road, but literally jumping over obstacles. No, these are not scenes from an action movie. This is a real military truck equipped with a special pneumatic suspension that allows it to push off the ground like a sprinter off a springboard. This contraption looks like a mix between an armored vehicle and a kangaroo. And yes, it can soar over ditches, barricades, and even low obstacles. Such transport is used by special forces in areas where every inch could be mined. The jump is not just a trick, but a way to save the crew's lives. At the same time, the suspension system automatically adjusts the pressure in each shock absorber, adapting to the terrain and literally propelling the truck upwards if it needs to cross a pit, trench, or destroyed bridge. The project was developed based on a military armored vehicle, but later the technology was adapted for supply trucks. Now, even a humanitarian mission in a disaster zone can take flight, literally. But the madness doesn't stop there. There are vehicles that not only jump but tackle off-road terrain in a completely different way. A tank unto itself. What do you do if there's no road at all? Ice swamp, loose sand? All of this is a deadly trap for a regular truck. But not for this monster. A track truck is like if a tank and a truck merged into one entity. The result? A vehicle that can go anywhere movement is possible. Huge tracks provide ground pressure less than that of a person in shoes. Such a truck can slowly but surely move over thin ice, overcome waist-deep snowdrifts, and climb hills like a tracked snake. These models are especially popular in the northern regions of Canada, Alaska, and Norway. They are used to deliver fuel, food, and equipment to remote villages and scientific bases. Interestingly, inside these machines are almost space-age technologies. Autopilots, satellite navigation systems, and even autonomous track heaters to prevent them from freezing during stops. And all this in conditions where regular equipment simply gives up. But equipment capable of conquering ice and swamps is only half the story. There are machines that look inside others. Xray on wheels. When it comes to safety, the speed of inspection is critical. And now imagine, you drive up to a huge cargo terminal and your truck. It's not just a vehicle, but a real Xray scanner. Yes, it can literally scan containers, trucks, and even trains. Such machines are designed to inspect cargo without opening it. Inside, there's a powerful Xray system capable of seeing through steel, wood, plastic, and concrete. The operator sits in a protected cabin and watches on a screen, as if in a video game, as the contents of the next trailer are revealed layer by layer. The system is actively used in ports, at borders, and sometimes even in military zones to find weapons, drugs, or explosives. The most amazing thing is that this whole contraption is mobile. Drive up, inspect, drive away. Some models can process up to 50 cargoes per hour. And yes, it looks like it rolled out from a secret base. But this is not the most mysterious invention on wheels. A ghost of the roads, black as night. Without a single reflective element. Without a sound, it can go unnoticed even if it's 20 steps away. This truck is not a legend, but a real prototype developed for covert missions. Covered with a special composite, it doesn't reflect light and doesn't give off a thermal signature. Even a thermal imager might not detect it. The engine is based on an electric drive with complete noise suppression. Even the tires are special, silent, with built-in dampers. Such a ghost is intended for night operations, including military ones, when it's necessary to approach unnoticed, unload or pick up something, and disappear into the darkness. The US Secret Service, Israeli special units, private security agencies, all of them show interest in these technologies. And although such machines have not yet gone into mass production, they are undergoing real tests in deserts and urban jungles. But if you think this is the peak of engineering magic, then you haven't yet seen the one that can literally transform. A real-life transformer. Forget everything you knew about vans. This machine can change in just a few minutes. At first, you see an ordinary truck, and 10 minutes later, in front of you is a full-fledged hospital, laboratory, or command center. Welcome to the world of Transformers, only without the fiction. Modules built into the body extend, unfold, connect, and create a fully autonomous space. Inside, there is light, heat, ventilation, satellite communication, generators, and even air filtration. It is used at Chernobyl, in war, at large events where infrastructure needs to be quickly deployed. And all of this runs on built-in batteries and solar panels. Some models can stand autonomously for weeks. And not just stand. but operate at full capacity. It seems like such machines can't be surprised by anything anymore, but that's not the case. A blazing monster. When regular fire trucks are powerless, it steps onto the scene. A fiery beast, a truck capable of stopping hell. Imagine a huge platform with water cannons, foam cannons, and guns launching fire-extinguishing powder for dozens of feet. And all of this in one machine that looks like it just drove out of a video game. Such trucks are used at chemical plants, in ports, airports, and high-risk facilities. The pressure in the nozzles is such that the stream can knock a person off their feet from a distance of 40 feet. And some models are even equipped with remote control to approach the fire source without risking the crew. Fireproof panels, infrared cameras, and a self-diagnostic system make these trucks true cyborgs in a fiery hell. They are not intimidated by flames and continue to operate when everything around is already melting. And this is not the limit of what technology is capable of in extreme conditions, because there are those that save where others meet their end. Rescuer on ice. Minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind tearing off doors. Ice. That makes the asphalt crack. It is in such conditions that this icy rescuer goes on a mission. A special truck designed for operations in extreme cold conditions. Equipped with studded chains, built-in winches, and powerful heating generators, it is capable of pulling out stuck equipment, delivering aid, and even breaking through ice to reach people. Its body is insulated like a thermos, and inside there is an autonomous life support system that allows the crew to survive for weeks. Such vehicles are used in Alaska, Siberia, and northern Canada. Sometimes they are deployed to search for people who have been caught in a snowstorm or fallen through the ice. But what truly amazes is its ability to operate in zero visibility, relying only on laser sensors and satellite data. But if the ice hell is a threat of the past, then the next hero is a step into the future. No cabin, no driver. At first glance, it's just a truck, except it has no cabin. No steering wheel, no seat, no driver. Everything it is controlled by is artificial intelligence and navigation systems. This is not science fiction, but a real autonomous vehicle already being tested in closed areas and warehouses. Inside are highly accurate LiDAR sensors, dozens of cameras, and an onboard brain capable of making decisions faster than a human. Such a truck knows when to slow down, when to change lanes, when to turn around. It communicates with other vehicles, receives data from drones, and navigates obstacles using algorithms calculated milliseconds in advance. Companies like Tesla, Volvo, and startups around the world are racing to create fully autonomous freight transport. And although such monsters have not yet appeared on public roads en masse, they are already fully operational at logistics bases and oil terminals. But driverless vehicles are only one side of the future. There are also those that can not only drive but fly. A truck with wings. Yes, you heard right. A truck with wings, Tan. This is not a joke. It's a hybrid vehicle designed for delivering urgent cargo to hard-to-reach places. It's called an air truck. It accelerates on the highway like a regular vehicle, then deploys its wings and takes off. Not high, not for long, but enough to fly over a river, ravine, or traffic jam. The development is owned by several aerospace laboratories and military research centers. The main feature, the modularity of the wings, allows them to fold and retract, enabling the vehicle to be used as a regular truck. It ascends into the air using turboprop engines or jet installations, depending on the model. Such devices are especially useful for delivering equipment to remote bases, during rescue operations, and in areas where infrastructure is destroyed. For now, these are more like prototypes, but testing is in full swing. And possibly, in just a few years, such flying trucks will be saving lives around the world. But what to do in places where you can't fly, drive, or crawl to? It turns out there's an answer for that too. A giant on spider legs. It looks like a machine from a science fiction movie. A chassis on 6 legs, each controlled by hydraulics and sensors. A walking truck designed to move through terrain where wheels are useless. Swamps, rocks, ravines, collapsed tunnels. This is its element. This machine can climb steep slopes, step over obstacles, and maintain balance even on narrow ledges. Used for delivering equipment and rescue operations in mountains and jungles where even a helicopter can't manage. Controlled via a remote control or an autonomous system. Inside, there are gyroscopes, pressure sensors, and an advanced stabilization system. Some models can even memorize the route to retrace their steps. Engineers call such machines mechanical mules. But the spectacle is far more impressive, and it seems like this is already the limit of what's possible. But in reality, there is something even more durable and protected. An armored capsule on wheels. This truck is not just sturdy, it's built as if it were made for the end of the world. Imagine a mobile armored capsule, clad in multi-layer armor, with a sealed cabin, air filtration system, and protection against biological, chemical, and radiation threats. This is not an exaggeration. Such vehicles do indeed exist. They are used for transporting highly dangerous cargo, diplomatic personnel, and sometimes in emergency situations where attacks with weapons of mass destruction are possible. Inside, an autonomous oxygen system, emergency supplies of water and food, bulletproof glass as thick as a brick, external 360-degree cameras, and even the capability for remote firing through gun ports. Some models have special chassis capable of withstanding an anti-personnel mine explosion and remaining operational. Additionally, each such vehicle is equipped with a GPS tracking system and satellite communication to remain under control even in the event of a complete loss of communication. These trucks often operate as part of a convoy, covering regular vehicles from the flanks. In Israel, the USA, China, and some African countries, they are no longer uncommon. True fortresses on wheels. And all this with complete mobility. But sometimes even the strongest armor is useless if you simply can't pass through. That's when something even more versatile comes to the rescue. The water beast. This truck, well, it's not just a vehicle. It's an amphibian, ready to race down the road like a regular truck, and then descend into the water and transform into a vessel. Yes, indeed, there are models that easily cross lakes, rivers, and sometimes even storms without losing their cargo. The main advantage is the floating hull. With watertight compartments, built-in propellers or water jets for movement on water, and a stabilization system that maintains balance even in heavy swells. On land, it can carry tons of cargo, and in water, it functions as a full-fledged transport ship. The development of such machines began in military projects, but now they are also used in the civilian sector. For example, during evacuations in flood zones, delivering aid to isolated villages, or constructing bridges and dams. They even have special water brakes. Special flaps that regulate the flow of water during deceleration. Some models allow entering the water without stopping, directly from the shore. This saves hours and saves lives in situations where every minute counts. And now imagine that such a vehicle not only transports cargo but also analyzes the entire surrounding environment on the go. A laboratory on board. This truck is a whole scientific center on wheels. Its goal is not just to deliver something, but to research, analyze, and identify threats in real time. Imagine, you arrive at a chemical spill site, and instead of waiting for a laboratory, you already have one right in the truck bed. Such vehicles are equipped with air, water, and soil analyzers, state-of-the-art spectrometers, centrifuges, microscopes, and even PCR machines for DNA analysis. Inside, an entire team of scientists or rescuers can work, processing data literally on the go. In the United States, such vehicles have been used for rapid response to oil spills. In Japan, during a nuclear accident. In Africa, for tracking infection outbreaks in remote areas. In Europe, for environmental monitoring. Filtration and sterilization systems allow for maintaining laboratory-grade cleanliness, and autonomous power enables operation for weeks without being connected to the grid. This is not just a van. It's an entire intelligence center with one goal, to be the first where data saves lives. But science is not the only force. There are machines that can do more with their hands than most people. A truck with arms. Sounds strange? Maybe. But when you see a truck with giant manipulators bending metal beams or even welding at heights, it's no joke. These machines are called multifunctional construction platforms. Their main weapon is robotic arms up to 30 feet long, controlled either by an operator from the cabin or remotely. Some systems even synchronize with human hand movements through sensors and exoskeletons. Their applications range from clearing debris after earthquakes to assembly and construction in hard-to-reach places. The arms can be equipped with grippers, cutters, drilling rigs, welding modules, and even 3D printers for concrete. In the United States, such machines were used for infrastructure restoration after hurricanes, in Germany for bridge construction, and in China for the rapid erection of temporary hospitals. But if you think this is already the pinnacle of autonomy, think again. because there are machines that combine comfort, protection, and autonomy forever. A motorhome for adventurers. This is not just a camper, it's a moving bastion. A truck turned into a living fortress, designed for survival in the wildest and most dangerous conditions. Its owner can go to the desert, jungle, or mountains and live there for months, independent of the outside world. The body is reinforced with armored inserts. Solar panels on the roof provide power, filters turn swamp water into drinking water, and the built-in ventilation filters even radioactive dust. Inside, there's a kitchen, shower, beds, food storage, a gun safe, satellite communication, and even a drone for scouting the area. These trucks are custom-made and cost as much as a luxury yacht, but there is demand among survivalists, explorers, and just those who want to be prepared for anything. And here we come to the finale. Cars that can jump, swim, fly, transform, think, and even save lives. All of this is already a reality. And this is just the beginning.